Now, in terms of the data migration, if you don't want to touch the data dictionary of the source database, maybe you do need to keep it online for a period of time for archival purposes, or maybe you want to keep the previous version as an OLAP analytic read-only thing while you're using 12c for your transaction processing, your live production. I mean, there's different options and different needs that businesses have. The bottom line is Oracle does give us the ability, actually a few different ways, to do data export and import from your old database and then just bring those schema objects into the 12c instance. Of course, you'd have to have a separate 12c instance down. You'd have to have a 12c database up. But you can use transportable table spaces to bring table spaces from previous versions into 12c. We can also use the Oracle Data Pump tools to do data export and import. Here you can get very granular and pick and choose specific schema objects from your old database that you want to add to your new one. The advantage here is that you may have always thought that your source database, the layout of it, wasn't particularly optimal. In software development, we call it spaghetti code and band-aided code, where we think to ourselves, oh boy, I wish we had done this differently when we designed this. Well, a nice thing about doing a migration is that you can do a do-over, and you can create a data model in 12c and then just pick the parts and pieces that you need from the old system and avoid reinventing the wheel in terms of some schema objects and constraints that are already created, and certainly the data rows themselves, and bring those over. Now that's another subject for another course, literally and figuratively. We'll cover these in another Pluralsight course that I'm building. Remember that all of this stuff, this Oracle Database 12c DBA stuff, is to help prepare you to pass the DBA1 certification exam. All of the topics are directly from the Oracle supplied exam objectives. So I'm doing a separate Pluralsight course on the subject of backup, restore, data import, and data export. So be on the lookout for that in the Pluralsight library. Now enough slides. Let's get into the demo and get some work done.